Welcome. Thank you for making it to the mat, for joining us. This practice of deep rest, restoring, rejuvenating, healing. I'm going to offer you a guided practice. Feel welcome to shape shift it so it makes sense for you. We're going into the spine tonight, helping to release tensions in the spine. We're going to go supine on our back, and then we're going to go forward, and then a little hip opening, and then back to Shavasana. We'll start with breath, and our meditation practice for tonight is the Om Shanti. The Om Shanti mantra, the repetition of the word Om meaning one and Shanti peace. Okay, so we're going to start in the seated doing the breath like we did last week, where we take the arms up overhead and we look up. Right, and this is our Om, and then our palms come together, and this is our Shanti, bringing the hands back down to heart. So it's just this initial movement to help shift the nervous system. So inhaling Om up, and we'll look up as our palms touch. And then Shanti as the palms come down to heart center, and then head bows towards heart center. Let's do 3 more. Inhale Om, just arms floating up, look up. And then Shanti, and looking down into the heart as hands come down to heart. Inhaling Om, and you can say this out loud or whisper it within. Shanti. And then one more. Inhaling up Om. Gaze goes up. Palms together and down to heart. Shanti. And the hands are going to rest here. And now on Om, your eyes are going to lift up. Just your eyes, internal gaze up. And exhale, internal gaze back down to the heart, Shanti. Internal gaze up and to the right, Om. And exhaling back down to heart, Shanti. Internal gaze up and left, Om. Exhaling back to heart, Shanti. Inner gaze up, Om. Exhale down to heart, Shanti. To the right, Om. To heart, Shanti. To the left, Om. To the heart, Shanti. And one more time around, inhaling up, Om. To the heart, Shanti. To the right, Om. To the heart, Shanti. Up and left, Om. And heart center, Shanti. Up, Om. To heart, Shanti. Now turn palms inward. And snuggle palms in towards heart center, and just take a moment to arrive here, all of your awareness into heart center. And just arriving here, notice what is present for you, how you're feeling today. Just notice it. Be unwilling to judge and simply notice sensations in your body. You feel tired or restless or energetic, just notice. Notice if there's any part of your body that's calling your attention that would like a little extra care through this practice. Maybe notice any thoughts or feelings that are very dominant, present, calling your attention that also would like a little care through this practice. And then from this awareness, take a moment to cultivate an intention. Right? Such a gift to practice together. What do you need, desire, long for? Set your personal intention for this time together. And now with your next inhale, draw your intention deep into your body, your mind, and deepest into heart center. And exhale here. Gently release your arms down. Gently float your eyes open to gaze, soft eyes. Okay. So let us begin in our first shape. And so this is on our back. We're going to have one blanket up here for your head. So we're going to lift our legs up. I've got a chair to do that. We've got our larger cushion or bolster going under the spine. We've got our smaller cushion, or I've got a block, and it's going to go under the sacrum. Blanket for your head, eye covering close by. And then your second blanket, we're going to use this shape for our second blanket today, really long and narrow. Really long and narrow. Okay, so we're going to use this through the practice. So just folding that second blanket up so it's long and narrow. Okay, so as you're ready, and if you have a third blanket, have that available to go over your body. So we're going to put our tailbone onto the smaller cushion, and the legs are going to go up over your chair, couch, whatever you've got available. Maybe up the wall. And then this long blanket, we're going to use that if your legs are up to wrap your legs. So just take it around your legs and through so that you can wrap your legs and there's no efforting when the legs are up. Right? If your legs are going over the chair, you could still wrap them if you want. Or you could put that blanket over your shins. It can feel really nice to have the blanket on your legs. And the fold is going to give it a bit more weight, and it's very grounding. It just helps our awareness go down towards our legs. We're in the stress state. We're very much up in the brain, left brain dominant. And so anything that brings our awareness, our attention down towards our legs, it helps us shift our nervous system. Your eye covering is going to go the weight of it at your brow point and the material covering your eyes. Now, if you'd like a little movement to help you settle into the shape, like if it's feeling yummy here, you can just let your arms rest. You can imagine this movement I'm going to guide you in, or you can participate as you choose. And so if you're doing the movement, take an exhale. And then inhale, just float your arms up skyward, and exhale, let them come down. So they might come down overhead or by your side. Inhale, float the arms up. And exhale, let them fold and back down. So it might simply be inhaling up skyward, maybe overhead, or maybe simply back by your side. And this initial movement, if you like, just again, helping us to shift the nervous system. Sometimes we can feel like we're a little restless in the body as we come into our practice of stillness. And so just repeating, following your own breath rhythm, this little movement in the arms, until you feel like that's just too much effort. And this is a movement could be repeated if you're resting and you start to feel a little restless. You could do a few movements. But when it feels like, oh, I'm ready to just rest in the stillness, and let your arms come down to rest. And they might be by your side. They might be out to the side. You'll feel more opening through side body and armpit. Front of shoulders, they might be more overhead, and then all of that is going to be just a little bit more of an opening. Side body, armpits, pecs, pectoral muscles. Right, so really shaping the arms as it makes sense for you. And for some of us even, it can feel nice just to let the arms rest over our body. So choosing the shape of the arms that feels best for you. And I'm going to pop up so I can take a peek in case anyone needs a little hand. But as you settle into the shape, we're going to bring our breath meditation in here. Follow along as it serves you, or just let my voice be another sound in the room. Feeling a nice snuggling of your blanket that's under your head, snuggling into your neck so the neck muscles can release. Being aware of the snuggle of your spine into the bolster, the cushion, the larger one and the smaller one. And just feel that hug underneath, along the spine. And take your awareness down to the base of your spine, to your tailbone. And exhale here. As you inhale, imagine your breath traveling up your spine all the way up. Bring it right up to the top of your head. Om. Exhale, imagine your breath flowing down your spine all the way to your tailbone. Shanti. Inhaling up. Om. Exhaling down your spine. Shanti. Inhaling up. Om. Oneness. Om. Exhaling down your spine. Shanti. Peace. Continue. Follow your breath rhythm. Your own whispering of the mantra. Om. Shanti. Your breath flowing up and down your spine. You might even imagine your breath as a color. That goes up on Om and down on Shanti. So peace. Peace does not mean to be in a place that is perfectly serene, utopic, calm. It means to be in the midst of all that is arising. And to feel at the very center, at the heart of it, the peacefulness within. As John Kabat-Zinn says, in the midst of the full catastrophe of life, that as we rest in this shape, as your breath flows with the mantra Om Shanti, you will notice that other things arise, pleasant, unpleasant, familiar, unfamiliar. And let the breath mantra be your anchor. So that is all that is arising to be known. Sensations, thoughts, feelings may flow with the breath, the Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. This is a practice of awakening, releasing, quieting, calming. So we welcome all that is arising, sensations, feelings, thoughts. We welcome them all to be known and offer them to the flow of this breath. Om Shanti. Beautiful. Om Shanti. Feel your breath, that beautiful Om Shanti that flows up and down your spine. Consider perhaps resting as you are resting. If you feel yourself, your body getting heavy, you feel a beautiful calm, peacefulness here. Welcome to rest here, to linger here. If you would like to shift position to a forward facing shape, instead of on our back, we'll be on our front. And as you are ready, simply bend your knees. And as you bend your knees, you might take your knees side to side if you'd like a little movement, or hug them in. Just allow yourself, if your body would like, a gentle movement to explore this. Always a nice, easy, repetitive, gentle movement. And then as you feel ready, when you feel ready, just bring your feet to the floor. We'll take our sacrum up and off of the smaller cushion or block and just roll to your side. So just laying on the larger cushion or bolster for a moment. And as nice as it feels to rest here, we're going to come up and go forward. So as you are ready, and just slowly press on up. And just move to the side so we can set the props up for going forward. And now this smaller cushion that was under our sacrum, we're going to put our forehead, or we'll turn our head to the side on that. And our legs are going to go at the back. So we'll put the blanket that was for our pillow, for our head, over top of the smaller locker cushion. And the longer blanket is going to go underneath the front of our ankles. So our legs are going to come behind us. You can fold that blanket a little bit so it's about the width of your mat. And then as you are ready, we're going to bring our torso and our hips onto the cushion. You want your sternum to be supported. So now we're going to get a nice expansive opening in the back body along the spine. And so you can take your knees as wide as you like. We're going to go deeper into the hips in our next shape. But you can have your knees a little bit wide. You can squeeze your tush and then release it. And just make sure there's no gripping in the buttocks so we get a nice release, especially through the low back and sacrum. And then maybe your forehead goes down. There's a nice breathing spot in between that smaller cushion with the blanket on it and your bolster. So you can bring your forehead there and have a nice breathing spot, or you could turn your head to the side if you like. And then your eye pillow will go at the back of your neck. So all or some of that is comfortable. If you need more support under your front, you could use, if you have that extra blanket, or you could put your eye pillow under your sternum. And that's going to give the front body, the chest area, a little more support and comfort if there's a tenderness there. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice option for many of us to have a little more support under the chest or the sternum. So the key in this shape for the spinal release is that your buttocks is soft, the muscles are soft, so you can squeeze and release, and that your legs are really letting go out to the side. Yeah, good, beautiful. So we've got a nice expansiveness now. It looks great, everyone. A nice expansiveness in your back body. Yeah, and if you have a little weight of any sort, it can go at the sacrum. Your eye pillow, of course. Daphne, you might enjoy your eye pillow mid-back thoracic. You might just take it down through between your shoulder blades there. Yeah, see a nice release there. And just see there's a little more. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, nice. And the arms can be forward or back or to the side, whatever. Just experiment. And then for a moment, simply bend your knees so your feet are going up to the sky. Naomi, you've got your leg wrapped, it looks like, so just leave your legs where they are. Oh, no, there you are, okay. And then just gently inhale at center. As you exhale, take the legs, lower legs over to the right, just a little bit. And then back up to center and over to the left. And just so side to side. And that's just going to help loosen up in the low back sacrum area a little bit more. Yeah. And Annie, you might want your knees a bit wider as you're doing that. Just feel a little bit more release. Okay, so if you're choosing that movement, really feeling a release in the low back. And again, if you're not feeling it yet, you could take your knees wider. And then when it feels just right, like, oh, that's too much effort, to let the legs come down into the stillness. And you might, again, just squeeze glutes and release them to feel that there's a really nice softness in the glutes. Yeah, very nice. Okay. And so now we bring our breath mantra here along the spine here. And again, nice to imagine your breath as a color. Take our awareness down to the base of your spine, the tailbone, and exhale. Good. Yeah, nice. Inhaling up the spine, river breath flowing up, Om. Exhaling down the spine, river breath, Shanti, peace. Inhaling up, Om. Exhaling down your spine, Shanti. Beautiful. Inhaling up, Om. Exhaling down, Shanti. Beautiful. Continue. Follow your breath rhythm. You might notice there's areas where the breath doesn't flow or is sticky. And the key with the breath mantra is simply to offer it along the spine. Let your body receive it naturally, not forcing anything. And whatever arises, whether it's restlessness, resistance, an achiness, pleasantness, unpleasant, let it flow on the river of this Om Shanti breath. So we're never pushing anything away. We're inviting the awakening, the releasing, the softening. If your head is turned to one side, you might turn it to the other side, just if that's comfortable. Om Shanti. Om. Shanti. Om. Shanti. Whatever is arising, the life flowing through you, sensations in the body, pleasant, unpleasant, thoughts, feelings, meet it all with the Om Shanti flow of your breath. If anything is particularly calling your attention, you might send the breath directly there until you feel some softening, some calming, and then return to the flow of breath along your spine. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Feel the flow of your breath and hear your inner mantra. Consider perhaps resting here. If you would like to dip into the hips, it'll open up a little bit more in the low back and sacrum. As you feel ready, we're going to simply bend our right knee to draw the right knee upward. And I'm going to put my eye covering on my right knee so maybe you can see it a bit better. And actually, while you're doing that, I forgot to mention, bring the blanket up with you. Use your right foot to bring the blanket up so that you can put that blanket now under your right leg. We're coming into a half frog shape. So that blanket can go under your right leg as much as you need. You can fold it up to bring it up higher. You can send your right foot wider to shape it so we have the half frog shape. If you have enough length in your blanket, you could bring that over the right hip and perhaps to low back. Just the warmth of the blanket going to help soften the tissue there. And probably for most of us, we're going to turn our head towards our right knee. If you like, you can turn it the other side. And you might even move your smaller cushion or block with your blanket for your head. You might even move it towards the right a little bit, like that might be more comfy for you. So play with it until it feels like a nice, sweet release in your body. And then the eye pillow can go at the back of your neck, over your temple. And sometimes the back arm, so it's going to be the left arm, feels more comfy with the fingers towards the toes. So just find what feels best for you. We want to feel a nice yawn in the front of the right hip. A little opening sensation of opening, releasing. And again, you could squeeze your glutes, especially the right glute, and then do a little release. And you might find that there's a little more softness, and that allows that right knee and leg to open a little wider. So know that as you settle into your shape at any point, you can do a little shift with your prop or with your body. Cultivate a little more comfort, a little more opening. So now with our breath, we're going to invite on the Om for your breath to go directly into the sacrum, low back and right hip joint. And as you exhale, imagine the Shanti spreading through that area, going deep into the tissue. And this is where the color can be really powerful for helping guide the breath. So we'll exhale to begin. As you inhale, imagine your breath going right into sacrum, low back, right hip joint. Shanti, imagine it spreading through the tissue in this area, going deep into the body. Yeah, nice. Inhale, Om, bring the breath right in here. Good. Shanti. Yeah, very nice. Om. Let it go deep. Shanti, deep flow of breath. One more together. Inhale, Om, going right in the back, sacrum, right hip. Shanti, it goes deep in the tissue. Good. Continue, follow your breath rhythm. And if there's an area where you feel a particular amount of sensation, you can target the exhale to flow directly there. Nice. Good. Om, oneness, Shanti, peace. The hips often carry a lot of tension, so really this beautiful color, the gift of Shanti, peace, to help soften, open, release whatever is tight, locked, resistant. Om Shanti. Yeah, beautiful. flow of oneness and peace. In the midst of all that is arising, the life flowing through you, Om, oneness, Shanti, peace. In the midst of all that is arising, awakening, Om, Shanti. Now feel your breath through the whisper of your mantra. I know you are welcome to rest exactly as you're resting. And if you would like to move to the other side, when you feel ready, it could be in this moment, it could be in a few moments from now, just very slowly, very mindfully, and extend your right leg. Let your body settle here for a moment. And you might, as both legs are extended, you might bend your knees, soles of feet into the sky, and do that nice little side to side with the legs. Moving with your breath, nice and slowly. That's it. That's it. Good. I really enjoy that spaciousness you are creating, cultivating through these shapes. And when you feel ready, you can settle your legs. And we'll bend the left knee this time. Turn your head to the left. Take your time, right? Slowly transitioning. The slower you go, the more you can feel where your body wants to move to. It's like settling into our sleep state. At night, we just explore the shape we're choosing until our body feels that aha place where it can let go into the shape. So placing the blanket under your left knee, perhaps the left lower leg, and if that blanket is long enough, you might need more of the length to support your knee. But if it's long enough, bring it over your low back, sacrum area. Yeah. And you could explore with the eye pillow going a little bit lower towards your sacrum, down from low back, just towards your sacrum. So it's a little bit lower, if you like, right? Just see how that feels. Always guiding you, but you are within the shape and you know best. Your body will guide you. And so, yeah, so now as we breathe in Om, We're going to breathe it to sacrum, go back and over to the left hip joint. Okay, so if you're feeling it a little bit more anywhere in one area, you can target it as we do the Shanti and move the breath deeper into the tissue, sacrum, tailbone, and left hip joint. You can target that area. Focus your breath, your attention, where your body most needs it. So exhale to begin. And then inhaling Om into back sacrum and left hip. Shanti, going deep like a river, going deep into this area. Inhale Om, drawing your breath, color the breath Shanti. Let it flow deep in the tissue. Yeah, good. Inhale Om, right into the back sacrum, left hip. Shanti. Let it flow deep. Spread out, go deep. One more together. Inhale Om. Yeah, really nice. Shanti. Beautiful. Continue. Follow your breath rhythm and your own inner whispering. That's it. And you will be aware of sensations and thoughts and feelings. We don't push any of that away. We offer it to the flow of breath. If you're not able to breathe with what is arising, a strong sensation, then we're going to soften the shape. We're going to make the shape a little more comfy so your breath can flow like all of yoga. The foundation is this breath, Om Shanti, flowing. This is our breath practice tonight, our breath mantra. Beautiful. Om, oneness, Shanti, peace. Breath flows up the center channel, the spine, the Sushumna. Shanti, breath flows down. Top in the spine with Om Shanti. Om, whatever is arising, let it flow with this breath. Shanti. Cultivating a peacefulness within all that arises. Around us and through us, Om Shanti. Feel that flow of your breath and the whisper of the mantra. Consider resting as you are. When you feel ready, if you'd like to transition to our Shavasana on our back, when you're ready, simply extend your left leg, simply draw your right knee up. So both knees come up and we can move for a moment with the hips back into our child's pose. So just as our transition, just moving into a child's pose. And you might choose to linger here. It's a really nice wide yawn in the low back, in both hip joints. And then as you feel ready, rising up. And when we come into our Shavasana now, you might choose to put your legs back up. I'm going to invite you to take the blanket that you're using for your pillow and bring it where your head is going to go, and use your larger cushion to go under your legs. And we're going to set our legs over the cushion and then take the blanket that you have used through the practice, the long blanket, and wrap your legs here. And go put that wrap right under your knee joints. So there's a nice little flexed or bent position in your knees. And your legs are lying, your heels are over the cushion. Your heels are free of the cushion. Okay? So in our last shape, our Shavasana shape, we're going to move the breath up and down our whole body, including our spine. So we've got the legs lifted, that long blanket wrapping the legs and right under the knees. So we've got a nice bent position there. And then coming down, we have our blanket under our head. If you have another blanket, a third blanket, you can put that over your whole body. And then your eye covering. Any weight of your eye covering going at brow point, really nice for keeping the mind quieter by having weight there, and then the material over your eyes, that darkness, helping to stimulate the relaxation a little more deeply. If you'd like some movement here, we'll come back to that shape with the arms at our side, exhaling. And then inhale, floating it up. And they could go overhead, or exhaling, just bring them back down. And so you might find as you do this movement, probably just a few times and you'll be ready for the deeper rest. You might choose to have your arms overhead, maybe a little cactus shape, as our breath is going to flow up and down through our whole body. You might feel more sense of that expansive flow with arms overhead, but of course, if you're more comfortable over chest, belly, or by your side, please choose this shape. So as we settle in, we're going to take our awareness down to the soles of your feet. Breath is a color, your favorite color, and really facilitate your mind to follow. So we'll exhale here. As you inhale, like filling a glass with water, your breath, body all the way up to the top, might be your head or your fingertips. And as you exhale, it's going to flow all the way down like a wave of breath. Inhale, breath, maybe the color flowing all the way up. Exhaling, Shanti, flowing all the way back down. Inhaling, breath flowing up, Om. Exhaling down, Shanti. Om. Shanti. Om. Shanti. Now bring your awareness to your chest, to heart center. And imagine an image of peace. It could be the word, a dove, any image of peace at heart center. Let's bring the breath right in here. As you inhale Om, bring the breath into heart center. As you exhale Shanti, let it raise center, maybe out through your body. Inhale Om into heart center. Exhale deep into the tissue. Breath goes deep and wide. Shanti. Inhale Om, heart center. Exhaling deep and wide. Shanti. Continue for a few more breaths, following your breath rhythm, your whispering of Om Shanti. Peace, not to be in the calm and still utopic place, but to be in the midst of it all, the full catastrophe, and to feel within this place of peace. Om Shanti. Now, feel the flow of your breath and hear that inner whispering. Om Shanti. Feel the quality of Om Shanti embodied. You embody peacefulness through your whole body, your whole being. And know this is a place you can return to at any time. It's always here within. You're welcome to rest. If this feels complete for you, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Circle through your ankles and wrists. Lovely dancing fingers. Yeah, nice. As you're ready, Just bending your knees and giving them a nice hug. Yeah, very nice. You can circle them around. And let your body wisdom guide you, right? We really strengthen our intimacy with our body, our listening, our inner listening. So let your body guide you here as we begin the movement. Yeah, good. Sometimes it's a nice deep hug. Sometimes it's a movement, a little massaging, really inner listening. Follow your body wisdom. Yeah, very nice. And then as you're ready, just rolling to your side. If it feels like it's going to be a long way up, you could rest here a little longer. But as you're ready, gently pressing up to return to seated. I like the bringing the blankie with you. It looks very cozy. Yeah, nice. As you return to seated, just gently rubbing your palms and take beautiful warm palms into heart center. As you snuggle them in here, as we in a few moments will be moving from our mat back into our day or evening, just feel this presence of Om Shanti within. Thank you so much for the gift of guiding you through this practice this evening, for your beautiful presence. May we live in peace. May we share loving kindness. And may we recognize a friend in each other. Namaste.